Well, Chris Popper, I'm joined by Evelyn Casanova-Robbins, and you are, tell us, with a special foundation that's putting on the Hancock County The Voice Live this Saturday night here at the Grand.
That's right. I'm with Alexander's Light Foundation, a foundation started in memory of my 3-year-old son that passed away in December.
Okay.
And we are catering to bereaved families. And this is our first big fundraiser, and it's for kids in the local area that want to perform in front of all their peers.
What are you going to do? Tell us about the foundation. So what's the aim, the purpose of the foundation?
The goal is to help as many bereaved families as possible, and also to reach out to the hospitals and work towards getting what we're calling comfort rooms installed in the hospitals, which would look like a comfortable setting for a parent that is losing a child to be able to go into with their child when that time has come.
I can't imagine the pain. You know, a hospital is a very busy place. My older son was born early. We lived at the NICU.
Mm-hmm.
There are people moving around, and it's at that special time, and that time you just need that quiet. And I know that hospitals, they do their best, but I mean they're limited as to what they can and can't do with all the I mean, because everybody's on the pediatric units and things like that.
It's very clinical, and when you've had a child, especially a terminally ill child like we had, they really despise clinical. And to have them have to pass away in a clinical setting is very difficult. We can't make this easier for parents, but we can try to make it more comfortable. That's our goal. And to hospitals, especially large children's hospitals, they lose children. I never had before. So for me, it's hard, and it wasn't normal for me.
Right.
None of it was. When we lost Alexander, we both, my husband and I, said we wanted to hold him in the end. And what they had available was a large wooden bench. That's not what you want to hold your child on for the last time.
Right.
These comfort rooms would aim to fix that issue. You know, the large comfortable beds, if you want to, you know, lay with your child, maybe a small couch so you could sit comfortably. Sometimes it's minutes, sometimes it's hours.
Yeah.
We want to have information, you know, what to do next. We didn't know.
Right.
You know, we left Boston in a fog and had no clue what to do next. And being in that situation, you don't think to ask those questions. You're still reeling from what you're dealing with on a personal level, that you don't think to ask what happens next.
Right.
Death is not something a lot of people want to talk about, and especially not the death of a child. And I think that it needs to be addressed, and the aftercare for bereaved families needs to be addressed, because when you lose a child, especially in the hospital, the doctor's jobs are over. But the parents, that's when their newest identity is discovered, the identity without their child.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's just no guiding that. And the doctors check out, and they go on to their next patients, and the parents go home, and they have nothing. And they need that. I needed that.
What are you working with local hospitals? What are you doing?
So we are planning on reaching out to Eastern Maine Medical Center. I have spoken to a few people in their higher areas. I've spoken to a lot of people in hospital settings, and everybody wants to know why this hasn't been done before. This is something that could help a lot of people. So we would like to work with Eastern Maine Medical Center as our first hospital. And then from there, we would like to branch out. Boston Children's Hospital obviously holds a close place to our heart, and to Alexander's. So that would be our next step.
So this is this Saturday at what time?
6 o'clock.
Okay. And you've got 20 to 25 children that are participating, I believe?
We have 12 that are
Okay.
participating in the competition, but we have many that are going to help with the bucket brigade and programs. Alexander had a love of music and a love of his siblings, which are all teenagers. And so we're incorporating the two. We're trying to join the two worlds.
You must have a website.
We do, www.alexanderslightfoundation.org.
Okay, and I'm assuming it's a 401c3, so, or you're in the process? Or
We're in the process of our 501c3.
Okay.
We have all the paperwork filled out. Actually, next week we're mailing it out.
So that way then all donations
will be tax writable.
Okay. It's a great cause, you know, and my heart goes out to you. I mean, no parent should ever have to bury their child and to, you know, have to do that. And as you say, it's the doctors are moving on. They're dealing with other patients, and there may be a social worker there. There may not be, depending upon what time of night it is.
Absolutely.
And how big the hospital is. And it's just good for you to make something fantastic out of something so horrific.
Alexander was amazing. We used to call him Alexander the Great. And
tell us about him.
He had a smile that would light up a room.
Yeah.
He had a commanding presence. He never took second fiddle to anybody. He was president of the 8th floor at Boston Children's Hospital. His cardiologist's office in Bangor, he ran the place when he was there. He had a larger-than-life personality. And this child was in stage 3 congestive heart failure, being life flighted with a smile on his face, cooing at the life flight techs. I mean, he handled everything with grace and beauty.
We should all be like that.
Amen. And we would say, you know, he was going to change the world. He was put here to change the world. And he's not here anymore, so we're going to do it for him.
Yeah, it's amazing. All right. If there's ever a reason to come to the Grand, it's this Saturday for the Hancock County, the Voice Live, 12 or so children singing, all to benefit the Alexander's Light Foundation. And tell us the website again.
www.alexanderslightfoundation.org.
Thanks for watching. Check out all the other WDEA YouTube channels, YouTube videos we have on our YouTube channel.